Hello readers. Today's book is written by a young Australian author called LiQWYD, and actually it was illustrated by her parents, Kathy Huang and Dee Wu. Isn't that something different? The story was written in Australia, but it's reflecting back on Lily's experiences in Australia and the ones of her mother and her grandmother in China. So the story takes place in China and in Australia. Also, one thing that's important to know is that there is an event that took place historically in China called the Cultural Revolution to eradicate or get rid of old ideas, old customs, old ways of being, and a very devastating method was used to achieve that aim. And we find out a little bit about it in this book. But mostly, this book is about the love of dance and also things that are precious. Do you have something that your parent or someone who looks after you or your grandparent might have given you that's very precious to you because it was passed down from generation to generation? There is an item in this book that was passed down from Lily's grandmother to Lily. So we are going to hear about Lily's love for dance and the amazing story called The Peacock Girl. I know you're going to love this one, and I know that you're going to find the pictures that her parents created amazing. I hope you enjoy Peacock Girl by LiQWYD. Peacock Girl by LiQWYD. My dress is a lake of endless blue, shimmering and beautiful, a peacock. Its magnificent feathers of azure and emerald spread as far as I can see, with 1,000 eyes watching. The hall around us is dark, and a spotlight shines above me, becoming brighter than the music. It draws me slowly up towards the sun. I whirl, I spin faster and faster. Then the music fades until I can scarcely hear it, and in my mind's eye, I can see a day I will always remember. I arrived home from school and saw my grandma sitting there, staring at a golden peacock feather and a photograph. "Who is that girl?" I asked. "Why is she dressed like a peacock?" "That was me, 50 years ago," Grandma whispered. I looked at her. "Did you dance when you were young?" I said. Grandma put the feather and the photograph away. Perhaps she could not remember, but I could not forget. The golden light on the feather, that enchanting girl. I begged and begged Grandma to tell me her story. And then, one day, taking a deep breath, she did. From the day she was born, everyone loved Grandma at first sight. She was beautiful. Her long back hair tumbled like silk down to her tiny waist. Her wide, dark brown eyes were full of life. But most of all, she loved to dance. And on her 12th birthday, my great-grandmother proudly presented her with a special gift, a peacock dress. It shone like a peacock preening its feathers. The eyes twinkled like stars on the clearest night. Beads dangled and swayed and caught the light. The dress was magnificent, and Grandma cherished it. Whenever she slipped it on, she started to dance, so easily, so gracefully. Even her friends envied her and called her Peacock Girl. The years went by, 20 years, and Grandma had a little girl of her own. She loved to dance too, and when she turned 12, Grandma brought out the special dress and watched her sweep and preen and dance like the peacock. And one day, just as my mother was about to perform, the Cultural Revolution started. The dance school where my grandma worked was closed. Teachers were fired and professors were sent to jail or bundled off to farms to do hard physical work that would make them too tired to start a rebellion. The Red Guards forced their way into people's homes and snatched anything that was valuable. Antiques and foreign books were considered poison and were burnt. Then, one afternoon, when Grandma came home, she found the front door kicked in. All All her precious things were smashed to pieces, some of them missing, and there, on the ground, was the peacock dress, slashed to ribbons. She had planned to give it to my mother. Grandma collapsed on the hard concrete floor, buried her head in what was left of the dress, and cried bitterly. Her heart had been slashed to pieces as well. She picked up a single golden feather from the dress and tucked it away in her special wooden box. The peacock girl was no more, and Grandma buried her sadness at the bottom of her heart. She was forced to learn the revolutionary dance instead. The years went by, and yet another little girl was born in a beautiful land far away at the bottom of the world. All kinds of people lived there, among all kinds of flowers and birds in one huge garden. And in that garden was the peacock. I loved to dance even before I could walk. I watched ballet and jazz and tap on television and moved in time with the music. Not once did I take my eyes from the screen. And when I turned 6, I asked if I could start ballet lessons. No one told me about the 2 little girls who had danced before me. That day, when I came home and found Grandma with the photograph and the golden feather, she said, "You are going to be 12 soon. And for someone turning 12, there is a very special present." It seemed like Grandma would never come out of her room. Through the closed door, I could hear the hum of her sewing machine, day and night. While she sewed, I practiced dancing, a special dance that I had created for the Multicultural Festival. And then, at last, a peacock dress just like the one Grandma had danced in when she was a girl. She had sewn so much love into it. And, along with all the fine stitching and the jewels, one precious golden feather that she had kept for all these years in her special wooden box. The music sways gently as the baby peacock is born. The dance whirls and spins as the mother tries to protect her young from the wolf. Baring its vicious teeth, the silver beast pounces. The music rises and falls. A storm is coming. The tiny bird huddles, cold and afraid, calling again and again for help. I leap into the air. 1,000 eyes watch. No one knows what will happen next. Back into the forest, the wolf runs. The storm is over and the sky begins to clear. I dance for sheer joy because the little peacock is safe from harm. I fly and turn and sweep across the endless blue. My dress shimmers around me like starlight and twirled around like firelight. The music hall suddenly erupts with applause and everyone is shouting, "Peacock girl! Peacock girl! Peacock girl!" I whirl, I spin, I float on the sound and dance off the stage into Grandma's outstretched arms. Peacock Girl by LiQWYD.